Dear souls, I welcome you to this sacred hour. If you are reading, listening today, know that a door is opening for you. Nothing in this universe is by chance. Every encounter, every manifestation is woven by the hands of the Invisible One. You are not called by me, but by the God within you who whispers, "My child, return to the light." You are one of the few who are ready. It is often said that only 1% of humanity truly seeks the truth. And of that 1%, only a small fraction patiently go all the way. Today I want to speak to you as a spiritual friend, to share that you belong to that rare group. High energy souls, seeds of light. Why do I say you belong to that 1%? Because in your heart there is a desire. A normal soul can live a whole life just to eat, sleep, enjoy, and then fall into oblivion. But you are different. You have felt the emptiness of material things. You have looked at the sky and silently asked, "Who am I? What is the meaning of my life?" That question itself is a sign of high energy. The source of high energy, where does it come from? And why do you carry it within you? Dear soul, where does this energy come from? Why do a few carry it in their hearts, while the majority remain in ignorance? The answer, like all profound truths, is simple yet profound. High energy comes from God Himself. God, the source of all energy. The entire universe is an ocean of electricity, a sea of vibrating light. Every star, every atom, every living being, all are bathed in the divine electricity of God. Imagine, a light bulb only lights up when it is connected to a power station. Likewise, a human being is truly alive only when the soul is connected to the eternal energy source. People with low energy are those who forget that connection. They live like a light bulb disconnected from the current, flickering and then extinguishing in the darkness. As for you, when you feel love, peace, a desire for truth, you are reconnecting the wire to the source of heaven. Legacy from many lives. My friend, you are not just starting your journey today. The high energy you carry within you is the sacred legacy from countless lifetimes of practice. Throughout many lives, you have sat in the silence of the mountains and forests, prayed in temples, and sacrificed for love. Even if you do not remember, your soul does not forget. It retains every vibration, every tear, every lesson you have experienced. That is why today, in this life, you can easily feel the sacredness, easily vibrate before the truth, easily yearn for light. It is not by chance. It is the fruit of the seeds you have sown in your past lives. The choice of the soul. No one forced you to be a high-energy soul. This is your free choice from many lifetimes. You may have been in darkness, lived like billions of others. But then one day, your soul cried out, "I want more. I want truth. I want freedom." I want to return to the source. That cry was heard by God. And from that moment, you began your journey of ascension. Today, when you read these words, it is proof that your soul has been faithful to that choice. Love, the eternal source. One of the clearest expressions of high energy is love. Not selfish love for one person, but immense love for all life. God is love. Signs you belong to the rare 1% high energy. How do I know if I really belong to that rare group of souls, the 1% of high energy people? Let me shed some light on some of the telltale signs. If you recognize yourself in them, know that you are not here by accident. You belong to a rare stream of souls who vibrate at a different frequency. You crave truth rather than illusion. While most of humanity is content to live in the lull of temporary comforts, you feel incapable of settling for anything half-hearted. You are willing to trade comfort for the naked truth. Like a thirsty person, you cannot drink a placebo. Your soul will only drink the living water of truth. And that hunger is a sign that you have stepped out of the other 99%. You experience moments of touching the sacred. There are times when, suddenly, for no reason, you sit quietly, looking at the sky, listening to the wind, or simply breathing. And then, a causeless happiness wells up in your heart. It is not an illusion. It is your soul briefly touching the source, where there is no longer a boundary between you and the universe. Those moments are brief, but enough for you to know that the sacred is not a theory, but a living reality. You are sensitive to the energy around you. Just entering a space filled with love, you immediately feel peace. You have opened the subtle senses of the heart. You hear the silent sounds of energy, where most people are blind. That sensitivity is a gift, a compass that leads you closer to the light. You keep asking big questions. Who am I? What is the meaning of life? Why do I suffer? What am I here for? While many people are busy chasing fame, you turn to confront seemingly useless questions that are actually the key to enlightenment. You naturally turn to love and service. You feel light in your heart when you help someone, even if it is just a smile, a word of sharing. When you do something not for yourself, but for the joy of others, your heart suddenly lights up. That is high energy, because love is the most powerful vibrational frequency. You have had a glimpse of the immortality of the soul. Perhaps in a dream, in meditation, or in a moment of deep silence, you realize that you are more than this body. A vast stream of consciousness embraces you, and in that moment, you know that you are an immortal soul. How to awaken and activate high energy. Specific practices. Dear friend of the soul, how to activate, maintain and expand that energy flow. Many people have high energy but let it sleep, not knowing how to awaken it. They are like the owner of a treasure that they never open. Listen, because what I share below is a direct practice method for you to experience in every breath. Meditation, the key to open the inner door. Meditation is the golden path to awaken high energy. When you sit, separated from the disturbances of the world, you begin to hear the echo within, the echo of God. Basic practice. Choose a quiet place. Sit up straight. Relax your body. Close your eyes and focus your attention between your eyebrows, what I call the spiritual eye. Breathe in slowly. as if you are pouring light into your lungs. Breathe out gently, as if you are letting go of all your worries. As your mind begins to quiet, listen to the whispering inside. Sometimes it is a buzzing sound. Sometimes it is a distant whisper. It is the universal current. Practice every day, even for 10 to 15 minutes, and you will find yourself filled with new power. Pray. Open the channel of communication with Source. Meditation is listening to God. Prayer is talking to Him. Together they form a sacred dialogue. When you pray, don't just ask for small things for your ego. Offer your heart. Say to Him, Father, I do not ask you for money or power. I only ask you to give me love, to give me peace, to give me strength to serve. When the prayer comes from the heart, you will feel a flow of energy responding. That is when the high energy in you is activated. Breath, the bridge between body and soul. Breath is not only the life of the body, it is also the bridge connecting to the soul. When you are stressed, anxious, notice your breath is rapid and shallow. When you are peaceful and loving, your breath is deep and light. Here is the secret. Controlling your breath is controlling your energy. You can practice. Sit still. Breathe in slowly. Imagine you are drawing in a stream of golden light. Breathe out. Imagine you are radiating love to everyone. This practice not only calms the body and mind, but also opens your energy channel, making you shine brighter every day. Love, the universal key. Dear friend, you can meditate all day, you can read holy books all your life, but if your heart does not know how to love, high energy will remain locked. Love is the most powerful trigger. Start with small things. Smile at a stranger. Forgive someone who has hurt you. Share a meal with the poor. Hold a crying child. Each of these actions opens your heart, and the open heart becomes an endless reservoir of high energy. Selfless service, the electricity that flows out, will make you brighter. A current only flows when there is an output. Likewise, high energy only becomes powerful when you give it away. Don't keep your light to yourself. Find ways to give it to others, through kind words, helpful actions, and a peaceful presence. When you serve selflessly, you will find that you are never depleted. On the contrary, the more you give, the more you are filled. Once a student asked me, Master, I feel I have some light, but it is too small. How can I make it bigger? I smiled and said, light your candle, then go find other candles in the darkness. When you light them, you will see your own light is 100 times brighter. Discipline and perseverance. Remember, my friend, high energy is not a fleeting emotion. It requires discipline and perseverance. Choose a certain time of day to meditate. Make it a habit to pray before going to bed. Keep your words positive. Avoid spreading resentment. Choose pure foods. Avoid things that dull your mind. Each of these small actions is a brick that builds your high-energy temple. Dear souls, you have not come across this message by accident. This encounter today is a call from God to remind you that you are one of the 1% of souls who carry a rare energy. Do not consider this as an honor to boast about, but as a sacred responsibility. the responsibility to nurture your light and then shine it to the lost world. Start with simple steps. Meditate in silence. Love unconditionally. Serve from the heart. And always remember that you are not a mortal body. You are an immortal soul. Keep the light within you, and it will lead you back home to eternal peace, where God's infinite love awaits you. Om. Peace. Amen.